Hello again, everyone. I'm back. I have another set of traveler's notebooks to share with you. I'm going to apologize in advance because I say a lot in my videos. I haven't been able to figure out how to get past that and over that. So, see, I just did it. Anyways, I'm going to hop right in. These are all very similar. They have the same elements, basically different arrangement and stuff like that, but you know, they're all handmade, they're all unique in their own way, so I'm just gonna quickly flip through each one. Oh, and I wanted to let you know this collection is going to be called Christmas Birds because each one has a vintage image of a Christmas card that has birds on it. They all have canvas, this navy dark blue canvas on the outside of the cover. It's been stitched around and I left the edges rough so that it frays. The image is printed onto a piece of vellum, which was then stitched onto a vintage piece of linen, which is really delicate fabric. I don't know how else to state that, and I like that you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but in person you can kind of see the stitches of the fabric through the vellum, which is really pretty, I think. Inside the pocket, with a little Sorry Silk tag, is a little hand stamped and embossed. My embossing powder is not great. It's kind of got a, what is it called? Kind of a holographic type look to it, which is really pretty, with some music and some snowflakes. And of course a little bird, and they're all backed with coffee dyed paper. They all go in this little pocket here. We got a stack of some vintage and new buttons sewn on with some red thread, and this really soft red ribbon. It looks like burlap, but it's actually quite soft. It's not rough to the touch at all. On the spine, I've stitched on some vintage lace that is blue, and the back is plain. These are, like I said, Traveler's Notebook inserts. I try not to do too much on the outside, because it's going to be, for the most part, most people who use these put them inside of a leather or fabric cover of some sort. They wouldn't have to be. They could certainly be used alone as a standalone journal, for sure. I'm talking too fast. I have to catch my breath. Sorry. I don't know. It's one of those days. I'm feeling really good, so I'm just going to talk your ear off. What was I going to say? Oh, these I think would make great December dailies. They're small. You can put your whole month in there, and you don't have to worry about having extra pages left over after the season that you didn't finish filling. And I love this size for, you know, smaller occasions and events such as Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. Okay, inside we have a cardstock on the inside, so they are quite sturdy. There's a fabric pocket on the inside cover, both front and back. In the pocket I've put a pattern paper tag with some little baker's twine, coffee dyed. And each one has a different vintage book sheet. This came from a book, and it has either a poem or an image or something on it that you can use throughout your book with your journaling. Another vintage image of a bird, paper clipped on here. Got another pocket with some lace on it, and a collaged card. Each one has a different dictionary definition, or not necessarily the whole definition, but I did the image of something that's related to either winter or Christmas. It's collaged on there with some tissue paper and little gold sparkly snowflakes and some vintage ribbon. It's all sewn on, and they are backed with coffee dyed paper for a journaling card. It's a vintage children's music book, a page from a children's music book from, I believe, the 50s. Most of them are Christmas songs, but of course the reverse may be something different. I love the imagery on there. Got snowflakes punched in some cardstock here. Coffee dyed paper, that's a tiny little pine cone. I don't want this video to be super long. There's a bird stamp there. This is some really old sheet music paper with washi tape, and it was reinforced so that it doesn't tear. This is a image also from a children's storybook. This is a train going through the snowy mountains and trees. This is a printout from the Graphics Fairy. It's a sheet music cover that says Christmas Polka on it, and I thought that was really cute. This is embossed and stamped paper here. It's more coffee dyed paper with just a little embellishment, flag, and a little tab on it. Got some snowflake stickers, some beautiful sparkly silver yarn here, with, of course, some little sparkly beads and jingle bell. Hopefully you can hear that. Each one has a jingle bell. Some more pine cones here, some pattern paper, a pocket with another vintage image of some birds. Vintage book page that has a little poem on it, and a sparkly gold, I don't know what those are called, label that is used as a tab. Vintage book page image. On the other side of that, a little tuck spot down here with a tag that has December 25th stamped on it, and some ribbon attached to there. Got some eyelash, that one's kind of coming off, I'll have to put it back on. Some eyelash thread, or yarn, and a tag that says jingle. Another vintage book page of a winter scene through a window, and you got a little cat there curled up on the windowsill. This is also from a children's book. It was an ABC's book, and I picked out images that have to do with winter or Christmas. The zipper, and he's out in the snow playing. Got some just pattern paper, just extra. It would be great to put a picture here and do some journaling on the back. Not all of the pattern paper has been coffee dyed, but the majority of it. This is coffee dyed. The other side. This is just going to be the other side of the book. This flips open. This has recipe cards and tags that you can cut out and attach to like a recipe in a jar type thing. And so it has one with the recipe for the mix and one to attach to the jar if you choose to attach them, if you choose to use them. Or you can use them to put pictures on, or attach, or paint, or draw on, or journal on, or what have you. You could cut those out and use them for anything. Let's see if I can get it back in there. And this, of course, has some little baker's twine up there, a little tree sticker, the other side of the music book paper, music, sparkly sticker here that's been inked. This is pretty much just the other side of the book. Everything, all the same things. A large tag here with a large Christmas tree stamp on it. I just wanted to mention, I think it would be cool to take some markers or even some stickles and just decorate that. I actually did one. I was going to show you what I did with mine, and I forgot, but that's just, it can be a coloring page. You could give it to your kids to color. Whatever. We have another large pattern paper tag here for journaling, and just some extra coffee dyed paper. Okay. And that one was the swallows. This one here has, I believe there's some sort of sparrow on the front image here. Same, everything's the same, as well as the little tag there in the front. I'm just going to throw this out there, but I think it would be great to put like the year that you journaled in this book, and maybe a list of events or something, family member names or something like that. Same thing, tag, another vintage image of birds on a tree there. This is the vintage book page. It has Santa by the fireplace on one side, and, oh, I'll have to take it out to show you, a little elf stoking the fire on the other side. And it was too big to fit in the pocket, so I just clipped it here with the image. And there's that tag again. Like I said, not everything's going to be in the same order. This is some vintage lace that I received from Renee at GT, oh, what is the name? I'll link her below. GT Designs and Vintage Ephemera, I think is the name of her channel. Oh my goodness, got some snowflakes here and a squirrel. Let's see, I'm going to speed up a bit because it's all the same stuff, just different orders. Vintage image of some birds. All of the vintage images besides the sheet music is birds because it's what I was going with was Christmas birds. Beautiful magazine image there. Another one of those. Put in there. This is some children, the vintage image of children ice skating. This image was put in a different orientation. It just has a large pattern paper tag there with some lace sewn at the top. I thought drums, you know, Drummer Boy, the very popular Christmas song. And that little tag there, and tags, sheet music, and this little tag here has a French horn on it. And there's that. This one's sparrows. Grab another one. Put these all in in order here. This one is, I believe, they could be robins. They're on a tree and they're eating birdseed out of little baskets. I thought they were super cute. And of course, the tag is the same. Into this vintage image from, it's a magazine page, as an elf in a cookie jar. And some little elves with the star and the moon. I do like putting things in here that have to do with children, because I think, having 4 children myself, Christmas is a big deal to children. And I think that without them, Christmas would not be the same. So, just my little bit of 2 cents in there. This is another one of those bird images. And the tag, I don't know why I'm holding it up in the air. A stamp, a little jingle bell. I can't turn the page. A vinyl sticker tree here. And I got the little tag in a different spot on this one. Some more Christmas birds. All of these images came from either Graphics Fairy or the old design shop. So I do know that they are old, very old. The book image here is some children sledding and skiing and ice skating. Hopefully you can see that clearly. Cute little winter scene there. We have Santa on this pocket, and it's another side pocket with a picture mat and journaling spot. Got an ornament, sparkly ornament sticker there. This image is of a woman both ice skating and pushing someone on a sled. And you got a young man here ice skating. Those images came from a Hans, I'm going to screw this up, a Hans Brink's book. It's a compilation of stories of his that are, they're all Dutch stories. Anyways, pine cone, I'm trying to think. A child kneeling and praying. Children visiting baby Jesus. This card here has a polar bear. And those all came from a vintage dictionary that have the great little illustrations that you don't see too much anymore. Okay. That one I'll call the bird feeder tree. I don't even know. This one is a dove with an olive branch, and the tag is the same. I'm trying to make sure I point out everything that's different, but not everything that's the same. How about that? Another poem from a vintage magazine. Got the vintage bird image here. This one has the Star of David in Bethlehem, the shepherd watching his sheep. Oops. This book image is of children ice skating, playing in the snow, and you can see the Dutch windmill back there. There's another bird image, vintage bird image, and this is just another little thing I slipped. I think it was just laying on my table, so I put in there a mailbox covered in snow with some gifts in it. The Christmas image there. A boy sledding down a hill. Got a little girl playing a drum on this side, and a large tag. Well, it's a very long tag with some red lace sewn to the top. Another one of those recipe cards. A bell sticker. Some little stars here. It's away in a manger. I don't know. And this one is a sleigh. And that is the same, tag and coffee dyed paper for extra journaling. So there they are. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, let me know. Leave a comment. And they will be available today in my Etsy store. So the link should be, if I remember to, put it there in the description below. And it will have all the details as far as size and how many pages and all of that stuff at my Etsy store. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.